Hello everyone, my name is Keely. Welcome to my channel. Welcome back if you've been here before. It is once again that time of the year for the mid-year book freakout tag. So I have 15 questions I'm going to talk about, the best, the worst, the most surprising of the year so far. So we're going to start off with a bang with the best books that I have read so far this year. So I have two that I'm going to talk about, and the first one I'm going to mention is Where Darkness Blooms by Andrea Hanna. This is a young adult horror book, and we follow four separate girls who all live in this very small town called Bishop. Now, Bishop is kind of in the middle of nowhere, and it is surrounded by fields and fields of these giant sunflowers. So these four girls are kind of in a tizzy because their moms have gone missing and they have no idea why. But that is not a very unusual occurrence in this town because women or girls tend to go missing or turn up dead. So these four girls are trying to figure out what is going on in their small town and where their moms went and what happened to them. As they are figuring things out, they start discovering the land thirsts for blood and the sunflowers may or may not whisper secrets. So that's all I'm going to say about this one. I was very, very surprised how much I love this, and I highly recommend it. The other book that I have to talk about that is one of my favorites is The Only One Left by the one and only Riley Sager. I just posted a video of me meeting him and then reading this book, spoiler free, so let me give you a quick synopsis. We follow 31-year-old Kit, and 6 months ago she was suspended from her job as a caretaker or a caregiver, and now 6 months later she is getting another job to take care of the infamous Lenora Hope. Now, several decades ago, Lenora Hope allegedly murdered her entire family, and it was kind of like this legend in town. So now Kit is going to take care of her, and the first day that she is there, Lenora Hope types out, "I am ready to tell you everything." I absolutely love this book. Of course, Riley Sager's writing is probably my favorite that I have ever read. His twists and turns are amazing, and these characters are just unforgettable. Question number 2 is best sequel you have read this year, and I'm going to go with The Sweetest Betrayal by Natalie May. Now, this is actually the third and final book in the Kinder Poison trilogy, and I love it so much. It is one of my favorite series ever. So I can't tell you what this one is about because it is the finale, but the first book we follow a girl named Zaru, and in this world people have magical abilities, and the hierarchy is kind of based on these magical abilities. So unfortunately for Zaru, she is at the lowest level because she is a whisperer. Now, whispers can talk to animals. That's super cool, but it is the lowest of low. So one day, the crossing is about to happen, and the crossing is this competition between the kingdom's heirs to complete it and see who is the next king or queen of the kingdom. So we have 3 siblings that are fighting to be the next heir to the throne, and so everyone is really wanting to go to the palace to have this lavish party the night before the crossing. So Zaru and her best friend Hin, they sneak into the palace because they just want to have one night of royalty, but of course Zaru gets picked up as the human sacrifice for the crossing. I love this world so much. The magic system is so cool, and I really love the characters, and I think this one did a fantastic job of wrapping up the entire series. Question number 3 is favorite reread this year, and I have been rereading like crazy. I think a quarter of my reads so far this year have been rereads. I think I am on 88 books, so I think about 20 of them have been rereads. I've been rereading like crazy. How many times can I say that? So I'm gonna say my favorite rereads have been the Divergent series. That one holds up so well. And then of course The Hunger Games, which The Hunger Games never gets old. I reread it almost every year, and I've had such a great time with it. And then the third one I'm going to talk about is the Lunar Chronicles by Marissa Meyer. That is like probably my favorite series of all time, and I had once again a great time reading it. Question number 4 is new release you haven't read yet but want to, and I'm going to go with Love Theoretically by Ali Hazelwood. This just came out like last week. I had it pre-ordered and I was so excited for it, so I'm definitely getting to it very soon. But this is her newest romance novel. Once again, we follow a STEM girly, and I believe there might be like fake dating involved in this one, so very excited. Question number 5 is most anticipated release for the second half of the year, and I have to go with The Chalice of the Gods by Rick Riordan. This is book number 6 in the Percy Jackson and the Olympian series. Yes, so we're getting another Percy Jackson book, but this time I believe he's older, perhaps college age. I am so excited. I am hopefully going to be rereading this series before the 6th one comes out, but I just cannot wait. Question number 6 is biggest disappointment, and I'm gonna go with something that I recently read so it sticks out in my mind more so than the earlier reads, and that is The Serpent and the Wings of Night by Carissa Broadbent. Yes, this is highly acclaimed, very popular. I am the only person in the world that I have seen that has read it and disliked it. And I was so disappointed because this felt like it had everything going for me because it was vampires and a deadly competition. Two of my biggest buzzwords when it comes to books, TV, literally anything. And I hated this book. I hated it so much. It is so bad. I don't get the hype. I don't understand why everyone loves it. So definitely my biggest disappointment. Question number 7 is biggest surprise of the year. So similar vein, I'm gonna go with King of Battle and Blood by Scarlett St. Clair. So I had just read The Serpent and the Wings of Night, fantasy romance about vampires, and then I was about to pick this up, fantasy romance about vampires, so I figured I would also hate this one because I hated the other one. No, girly, I was wrong. Love this one so much. One of my favorite books of the year. And it just surprised me by how much I loved it so much because I was so disappointed in another fantasy romance about vampires. So this one really redeemed the whole fantasy romance genre for me. Question number 8 is favorite new author debut or new to you. So this year I discovered Adrian McKenty. He wrote The Island and The Chain. I read both of those books so far this year and I really enjoyed both of them. The Island is one of my favorite books of the year, so I can't wait to read more from this author. Question number 9 is newest fictional crush, and I'm gonna go with Benny from Love from Scratch by Caitlin Hill. Once again, one of my favorites of the year so far. This is a YA romance book about two people who are interning for this baking YouTube channel. It is like super famous, and they are interning there because at the end of the summer, one person will get offered the job. So they're kind of competing for this job at the end of the summer, but also so much baking and food in here. But it also covers what it's like to be a woman in the workplace. And Benny, the way he like goes about this topic and discovering how much of a problem it is, he is just lovely, wonderful, and I truly love him. Question number 10 is newest favorite character, and I'm gonna go with Kit from The Only One Left. Like I said, I just read this book, and I believe Kit is probably my favorite protagonist that Riley Sager has written. I just love her so much. I think she is brave and courageous, but also so smart. Like, she's really wise, but she's also sassy and fun, and I just really enjoyed reading from her. Question number 11 is book that made you cry. Now, I am a big crier, but when it comes to books, I don't really cry that much, so I kind of had a hard time choosing this one, but I'm gonna go with Ghosts from the Shadow Market, or Ghosts of the Shadow Market. This is one of Cassandra Clare's short story collections, and I didn't love this, but it does follow a lot of Jem and Tessa, and we see some of Will, and so some of those stories definitely had me tearing up. Question number 12 is book that made you happy, and I'm gonna go with yet another vampire book, and that is Mina and the Undead by Amy McCaw. So in this one, we follow a girl named Mina who has just moved to New Orleans to go stay with her sister. Now, her sister and the friends all work at this like horror museum type of thing, and they like dress up and get to scare people as they're going through this museum, and it's really cool. And Mina goes there, and as she is working there, like her first night, she finds the dead body of another girl that works there, and it looks like it may be a vampire that killed her. As she is discovering these murders throughout the city, she and another boy realize that these murders are recreations of famous myths and legends around New Orleans. So I love this one a lot. I had so much fun with it, and it made me so happy because I saw so much of myself in Mina and these characters. Like, they just went to a cemetery for fun, and that is something I do, and so I just got so happy seeing myself in this story. Question number 13 is favorite book to film or TV show adaptation that you have seen this year, and I haven't seen any new ones, or I haven't read any new ones, so I'm gonna go with the classic Hunger Games. That's all I need to say. Question number 14 is most beautiful book you've bought or received so far this year, and I'm gonna have to go with this edition of Dracula. It is so stunning. I literally just got it a few days ago, and I am obsessed with the colors and the quote on the back and just like the atmosphere that we've got going on in this cover. I cannot wait to read this. Yes, I still haven't read the classic vampire tale, but it is just so beautiful. And finally, question number 15 is what books do you still need to read this year? And boy, do I have a list, because I have the 12 books to read in 2023, and I have only read 3 of them. So I'm gonna rapid fire go down these, so I'm not even gonna hold them up. But we have A Court of Thorns and Roses by Sarah J. Maas, The Diviners by Libba Bray, Daughter of Smoke and Bone by Laini Taylor, Dracula, which I just said, Ready Player One by Ernest Cline, The Sword of Summer by Rick Riordan, A Darker Shade of Magic by V.E. Schwab, Strange the Dreamer, also by Laini Taylor, and The Chemist by Stephanie Meyer. So I still have quite a ways to go to complete that list, but hopefully I'm able to manage it. So that is it for the mid-year book freakout tag, all of the best and the worst books that I have read so far this year. Let me know your best and your worst book that you've read in 2023. I would love to know. But that is it for this video. If you've made it this far, go ahead and leave the book stack emoji. But that is it. Thank you so much for watching. As always, all my social media links will be down below. And I will see you next time. Bye!